Okay, let's start with this piece. I drilled holes. I took off the pendant piece and I drilled holes at the bottom so I could wire it on. And this is one of the crystals that I made with UV resin right here. So I'm going to probably put that right there. And I'll make sure that stays in place. And then I have all these great butterfly wings that I'll probably attach along here. Okay, so I'm going to wrap the headband 3 times with the wire. So you've got this wire bit right here. And then I'm going to take this piece and wire through those 3 holes here. Put it on the front side. 1. 2. And actually I changed my mind, so I'm going to use this piece and glue it like that, but add some color to it, and then I'm going to put this piece on the back. But this will be probably a blue color, so it kind of matches with everything else and it stands out. So first I actually used some of this patina on the outside, on the metal piece, but I didn't like how light it was, so then I went through with some alcohol ink and I used, I think, Stonewash and then Pistachio on top, so it kind of gives it a greener color, and I think that matches better with the stone. You kind of see it. I'm going to sand just a tad bit so that you can see a little bit more metal, but I think this will look really nice paired with this. You can see. So I'm going to let that dry. Okay, so I wanted to use some of these vintage, they're sequins, but I don't want the hole to show, so I'm going to actually just cut off the top here on a bunch of these so you can't tell that they're sequins. So there's a bunch of them I've started here. For ease, I'm just going to use some hot glue, but I would normally use a 5-minute epoxy. I'm being impatient today, so I'm going to glue this right here to the back of this piece with a little hot glue. And now I'm going to attach this piece on the back with glue as well, because it's not long enough. I was going to wire it down. If I was going to wire it, I would probably use a taller piece like this one here. You could wire that one or fold it over. But I kind of like the detail on this piece a little bit better. So I think I'm going to use this piece just like that. Okay, now I can start decorating it, and I'm going to add the butterfly leaves first around the outside before I start adding the stone, because the stone's going to go on the end at the back. Okay, you can see I've just folded them over and glued them on like this, and then glued them onto the base. So I'm going to add a bunch of them. I'll probably put a couple up here too to kind of give it more height and dimension. Okay, now I'm starting to build up the scales. So I'm going to just put these here so you get this interesting shape. You probably should have started a little farther back, but I'm going to put them all the way around. Okay, so you can see I have glued on all of these pieces, and like I said, I just use hot glue because I'm trying to do this quickly, but they're just over top of each other, over the feathers, or the wings. And so there they are. They're just kind of right here, and you can see I've cut them so they're kind of jagged, which is perfect for this. So there's this one side. Now I'm going to do the other side and continue with this. So once I put that butterfly filigree on there, I knew we needed something else on front. Now we could use like a green, which is always a favorite color of mine, kind of in there, right, a little farther down. But I also like these airy blues and greens. And in fact, I'll probably do the green this time because I think it will go really well with this, just right there. So I'm going to attach that with some adhesive, and this tiara will probably be finished. I could probably put a couple other ones, maybe one right up there too, but I'll see what it looks like. Okay, so this is the final one, and I'm gonna do it over the gray background so you can see it better. Sorry, I had to record everything kind of sideways because I don't have a lot of space up here on my desk, camera-wise. So, finish the tiara. Obviously, there's the two crystals on the front. This is wrapped. The video for that, I apparently just took pictures, but this is just a wrapped piece around the UV resin crystal that I created. But it's pretty straightforward. We put this piece on, wired it on, we glued these two pieces to the back of that, and then we added in all the feather, or the wings, and added the pieces at the bottom. And we actually layered it, so there's wings kind of up higher and lower on the back and the front. And if I was going to sell this, I would just put a piece of felt across the back so you wouldn't see any of that. And then finally, we attached the stone, and the final piece is the filigree with the crystals on it. And that's it. There's this week's tiara. Hope you enjoyed watching my video that I put together for you.